So here we are, we're just about to go for a drive, so let's start the car up. Now, this occasionally on the information display sometimes gives the message of waiting on the glow plugs. That's sometimes a feature you don't see on quite modern diesels nowadays, because they're that quick to do the system check, but occasionally this car will tell you that the glow plugs are on, and when that goes off you can start the car. But the car's already warm, we'll just take it for a drive, so let's go. So it's one of these old school diesels. It sounds a bit tractory on startup, but that soon disappears. And we're just going to put this into free, because I'm going to put this into sport mode, and we're off. So, looking ahead into the car, you've got it's a nice place to be. You've got your control and dials. Easy enough to read. I love the retro style dials in this car. Your indicator stacks are wiper stacks, nice finger touch, distance wise. Horn, and you've got your stereo controls are easy to use. I mean, I've never really used the stereo controls, but because it's nice, easy reach over to the stereo here, and the brakes are nice and progressive. Some acceleration now. I'm using third here just to get up to speed. I guess up to 60 quite well. Handling wise, I wouldn't like to push it too hard, it being a saloon car, but it does handle well. That's to do with the live axle at the back. But it's a nice place to be. Gearbox, is a bit, I would say it can be lazy, and you can feel it changing gear as well. Just turn the heater down. It's a nice driving position. You feel really comfortable on it. There's a wee bit of rattle from the dash. What do you expect for a car that's 17, 18 years old? drive. Whether in the town or out on the roads. Economy wise, this car will do about 30 miles to the gallon around town. I think they said I can't remember what it was, mixed drive out of town. Sort of combined, you're probably doing about 40 miles to the gallon from a 2 litre diesel. And remember, this is quite a heavy car. It spills up quite quickly. What we'll do is we'll carry out a 0 to 60 on this road. Right, here we go. Are we ready? And we're going to go 3, 2, 1. What we'll do is we'll just get another one for comparison. We're just about to do another 0 to 60. Now the brochure says that the 75 gets up to 60 in about 11 seconds. That's the auto version. I think the manual version does it in about 10. So let's see if we can get up to 60 in 3, 2, 1, go. Well, we just carried out an emergency stop there because we actually ran out of road. We'll try. I wasn't actually going to carry out an emergency stop because my, as I mentioned, I needed to replace one of the pads was low, so I wasn't going to carry it out in this test drive, but the car does stop. So here we go again. This is our 0 to 60 on a longer stretch of road. And 3, 2, 1, go. I think if you're looking to get anywhere in this car, like on you do have to exploit the 3rd and 4th gear. But this isn't a car about speed. This car is more about the waft. That's why I wanted another. That's why I wanted a 75 as well, because I had a Volvo S60 and I enjoyed the waft. I mean, I think there's a time when you get in your life where you just want that. You just want to drive and don't care in a way. You just want to drive and just relax. to have to do gear changes every time, especially in Edinburgh, where it's just 20 mile an hour limits. You just want a car, you just want to stick and drive. Just go for it. And I think this is, as I get older, I wasn't really a fan of automatics. As I'm getting older, I really appreciate that I have that option. I'm still a manual gearbox fan at heart, but in cars like this, I think an automatic gearbox makes absolute sense. I mean, I'd like to try an MG version of this to see what the difference is. I'm guessing when the Phoenix Group took over, that they basically took BMW's idea of dumbing down this car and making it sporty. So there we go, that's a nice little drive of the Rover 75. So, what do I make of the Rover 75? I do think this is the last great Rover. It's a beautifully styled car. Regardless of what my wife says about it, she says it's got the most ugliest rear. But this is a beautiful car. This is a car I actually get out every time and just look back on, and you know you've got the right car. It's a nice comfy barge. It's well equipped. We've been the Connoisseur SE. It drives very nicely. It provides, I would say, it provides decent fuel economy for what I was driving before. I was driving 1.6 Qashqai, and the economy, I would say, is about the same. I've not done a real tank to tank experiment, but I can use this on the school run if I really wanted to. Filling up, I've filled this car 3 times, just £15 a tank, and I'm getting roughly a week from £15. It's not bad. I'd like to see what it does with a full tank. Rover really got this car right. I think Rover really wanted to make this car a success. But I just think BMW, when they done that announcement at the British Motor Show in 1998, just kiboshed everything. This car is so underrated now, or was at the time. Now people are beginning to realise that these cars are actually fantastic. These cars are starting to go up in value. These cars are being described as modern classics. And I really think that the sort of first generation of the 75 is the modern classic. This one with a sort of Euro look front end, Project Drive, I reckon will be a classic, but not as much as the original Mark 1s. So I'm glad I've actually bought this car. It's been a car I've always wanted for a couple of years. Before I got my Volvo S60, I actually looked at one of these just in pictures. It was a tourer version, and I really wanted to do it. I really wanted to scratch that itch, and I'm glad I did. Maybe 2-3 years later down the line. So there you have it, the Rover 75, the last great Rover. I just love this car. My wife might not agree with this rear end, but this is a gorgeous car, and I'm so glad I bought a Rover, and above all, it's a Rover. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe at Scottish Car Enthusiasts and Trains TV, and I'll catch you in a future video where I'll be driving something totally different.